So today I'm going to teach you guys how to make this knit stitch that I use for my infinity scarf that I'm just going to put up on my blog for you guys. So this is it in a different colorway. It's made up of half double crochets, but instead of going through the top of the stitch, you go through a different part of the stitch. It's really pretty. This is the reverse side of that pattern. So really this scarf would be a reversible. It's a stitch that you work in the round. I use these Karen tea cakes, and it also has Karen sprinkle cakes, which is this color. It's the got the little colored pieces in it. It comes with black and brown and white speckles. It has a ton of different colors. They're all really pretty. I bought a ton of them, you guys. It's so worth it. So I like to pull from the middle. So that's fine, whatever. Find the middle of my yarn. The color for this one is hibiscus, if anyone was wondering. So you're going to start out with your foundation chain just like you normally would. For the pattern that I have on my blog, you guys are going to chain 90 chains. For this tutorial, I'm just going to do 45, just so I can move along a little bit faster for you guys. And you can start by, I like to chain one and then half double crochet in the next, and then you are going to half double crochet in each chain all the way around. And then when you get to the end, you're gonna want to make sure that, like me, you didn't get it twisted. Okay, so you want your tail to be on the bottom. This is your chain one. And you're just going to you're going to half double crochet into that one. I don't know if you guys saw that. I'll do it one more time. Right here into the chain one that I did. And then normally you would go through right here for your normal half double crochet. And then if you're going into the back loop, you'd go right in between these two stitches and go there. For the knit stitch one, you're not going in the top, you're going to flip it on its side, and there's another little V, and you're going to go into the back bottom loop of that V. So there's your top two V's, that's the back loop. Just a normal double crochet. So there's the front loop, there's the back loop, there's the third loop. So again, we're going to go into that third loop. And I kind of like to tilt my work so it's tilted towards me so that I'm almost working into, like, this is the top and that would just be the back stitch instead of trying to turn it. So yarn over, not the first, not the second, and the third back loop. And doing that pushes this front loop forward, which gives it that knit stitch look. So I'm going to do a round, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. and then I'll show you the second row. You can join with a slip stitch and then chain 2 and continue doing it that way. But then you get that seam in the back, and I don't really like that, so that's why I'm working like in a spiral almost, because I just like the way that it looks better for that. It's just a lot cleaner. And if you wanted to fix this bottom part right here where it looks a little weird, I use my end and I weave it in so that that makes that look a little bit more flat. You can also just go down after you're done and do a row of single crochets along the bottom of the scarf and along the top. And then see, I'm back here in the front, and I'm just going to keep going the same pattern in my spiral. That's the nice thing about these, is you just get to keep working. You don't have to worry about the chaining and turning and going and all of that other stuff. Okay. And then this is what it starts to look like. It keeps pushing it forward more and more. And basically you're going to keep working in that same, not the front loop, not the back loop, but the third loop that's in the back that's kind of hanging out over there. That last bottom V is where you're going to work. And you're just going to keep doing this literally half double crochets all the way around. If you're doing the pattern I have on my blog, you're going to be doing 90 chains to start. And basically you're going to keep doing this until you are almost out of yarn. Let me see how many rows that is. So for this one, I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I made 12 rows of half double crochets. And when you get to the end, you can, let me show you on this one. I'll wait until I get back over here, and then I'll show you guys how you would end this if you were at the end of your scarf. Oops, worked a little past. Okay, so right here you can see we have 1, 2, 3 rows, 1, 2, 3 rows. And we're right about where we started with our chain right here, where we slip stitched. You're going to do a single crochet in that same stitch, and then a slip stitch, and then another slip stitch. Then you would tie off. I'm obviously not going to, because I don't want to cut my string. But then you would weave these ends in. And I like to pull this end in and around when I weave it so that it would be woven in under, so that it's almost like you can't even see it. And then the top, the same thing, you'd weave the end like that tight and taper it down. If you want, you could tie off, you could do a row of single crochets all the way around the top, and then cut your string, and then do another row of single crochets along the bottom just to get those perfectly even edges. But on these ones I didn't do that, and I don't even really think it's noticeable at all. I don't think it's an extra step that you necessarily need to take, but if you're a perfectionist, absolutely go ahead. You do you. This is the first edge where I started, and I can't even tell where I ended, so I must have done, this must be right here is where I ended on the top row. And I went from single crochets to slip stitches. And if you don't want to end at like exactly the same spot you started, you can always just continue to do single crochet. You go from half double crochets, then go to single crochets right where this tail is, and just single crochet around until you run out of string, and then slip stitch in the last 3 and tie off and call it a day. So I hope that, guys, I hope that helped. I hope you like it. Let me know if you need any more help.